So let me share with you, interactive and out of the box. This is something that I wrote years ago. Would have to be tweaked a little bit, but the idea of a labyrinth or a path with stations has to be no-touch stations. But I am going to be posting again this, and I'll tweak it for no-touch stations. But it's basically a path that you would create at the church on the outside or on the inside, but people don't stop. You know, you're not congregating, having a service. This is ways to help Sunday morning not have to hold everything, right? Ways to do different offerings so that Sunday morning doesn't have to be the be-all, end-all. But different stations, and each one is about the story. So it's about Mary, for example, is visited by an angel that says she will bear a very special child who will be a light to the people. She says, may it be so. Are there things in your life that are waiting to be born, and all you need to do is say yes? So it's a contemplative kind of experience from one station to the next. You could easily do that on your property, inside your property, outside your property, whatever you need to do. So that's one idea. Here's a picture of one of our beloved worship design studio churches in Illinois, who makes a pine bough labyrinth. You could easily do this either with pine boughs, or you could do this with the luminaries that people are going to be making at home. And on the day of Christmas Eve, you could draw out the outline of the labyrinth and then have people come throughout the day, put down their candles, their luminaries along the way, so that the whole neighborhood or anybody that wants to can come and walk that. I think the connections to our light, you know, and have musicians or have canned music. Now is the time for canned music, my friends. Have canned music or have musicians. Let's say the bell choir has some things that they can do, and they can do it spaced out around the labyrinth, right? Far enough away that they're not spitting on people. They're wearing masks. You could have perhaps a small choral ensemble that is spaced apart doing something, or an instrument that's not blowing anything. Cello, violin, lots of different instruments that you can, bells, you know, you can have more bells for people. I'm excited that Stephanie is going to give us some super easy bell things to do, even if you're not a bell ringer. So lots of things you can create. A creche collection, right? This is something that I had written before, an idea where people it would be like a museum display of different people's nativity things. Well, you don't want people bringing their nativities to the same spot, touching, etc. But look at this. Here's an example of having people create photos or little video pans of their nativity sets at home. Have them send it in. Create a special thing for that you premiere on Christmas Eve on your YouTube channel or on your Facebook that has music with it and that has these images. How fun is that? A living Advent wreath. This was an idea about creating these stations of the Advent wreath for people to come and visit them. So I think I already mentioned that. Night at the Improv, this is about Christmas Eve characters. This is about, you know, having just, rather than practicing a pageant, I was at a church in, when I lived in Lake Tahoe, that would balloon to like 500 people on Christmas Eve because all of the people vacationing there over Christmas, when we normally had 25 people in worship. And we just had a whole bunch of costumes for kids to put on when they came, because we didn't have the luxury of rehearsals. Well, you're not going to do that. You're not going to be passing out costumes. But a lot of kids programs, youth programs, are doing scavenger hunts at home through Zoom. What if you did a family night and the kids could play all the roles, right? So you have just some little thing that they could, you know, find a stick. That's going to be your shepherd's stick. So as soon as we talk about shepherds, get your stick, you know. So that could be a fun adaptation for that. So here are my other things about adaptations. Create worship scripts. They will help you adapt for various formats. I go into this more in the design webinar that we did a couple weeks ago. But when you create these scripts, the long and short of it is that whether it's a printed version that people just read at home, if they don't have any internet connection, don't have any whatever, you can have people lead it on the phone. You can have people lead, as long as they have the leader words, the intros to the music, you can do it in so many different formats. And that's what you need to do. It's variations on a theme. That's what we got to be ready for. But as soon as you create scripts, that is your confident base. And then you can do it in so many different ways. Increase your focus on music appreciation in this time when we can't make it in a particular way, which is everybody singing inside for an extended period of time. There is some good news that some of the recent research says that people singing with masks on is less dangerous than actually even just talking without a mask on. But you still don't want to do it for more than 30 minutes. And that's not conclusive research, but it's starting to be a little bit more hopeful about that. But don't count on it. Increase your focus on music appreciation, on listening to music as part of participating in music, right? Learn to edit video. It is not hard and it is free. And like I said, if you just can't bring yourself to do that, not enough hours in the day, not enough help within your church, look outside your church for somebody who would love to have a project like that. Search your audio archives for past Advent Christmas hymns, right? So if you have been recording your services all these years, oh my gosh, go back to your Advent services. I'll bet you have a recording of your congregation singing O Come, Emmanuel somewhere in your archives if you've been recording. Use that as an underlay to some beautiful pictures on the top with the words to the hymn so that the congregation can hear themselves singing or hear somebody singing. Use public domain repertoire so that you can use music that and don't have to get special permission for those hymns. I am trying to stick to public domain only hymns in this series so that you can use it in many different ways without spending a lot of money. Create a relationship with the area youth music directors to collaborate. Oh, I did put it in there. I thought of it in the shower. That's probably TMI, but I guess I ran to my computer and put it in. There you go. Offer worship alternatives to Sunday morning that take the pressure off Sunday morning to do and be it all. Parched Pork and Sidewalk Sings. Take caroling to the next level. Let people sing where they can sing. So when they come to church, if you're doing in-person adapted, they won't feel so deprived. And do pilgrimage worship with no-touch stations. Friends, I think there are so many things that we can do to make this a vibrant season and bring hope and vitality to folks rather than thinking of it as deprivation. Rise to the occasion in other ways. And I hope that I can help you do that.